tone. But I don't mind even though I lose control. Oh, I just wanna have a good time, so call me whenever. 'Cause a night like this, it never gets old.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 5th episode of The Gaming Den. This show brings you a lot of different topics, along with some, I'm sure, funny entertainment that most podcasts might not actually bring to you. So, with further ado, let's get started. I am your host, SheWulf, and of course with my other host...
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Fox. Yeah, I've had an interesting week. Kind of got thrown off a little bit with Console Corner going on Monday, and then I did another podcast on Wednesday. But how are you, SheWulf? How are you feeling today?
I know, it's horrible. Just horrible. I felt like crap
Wow.
all week long. So I am pulling it through, people. I am pulling it through, and we are trying. I'm trying
Yes,
so hard.
of course.
Yeah, just feel like crap, but it's okay. But we have something special for you guys today because usually we have the inside, the real gamers, but for this week we actually have our real gamer live with us here today. So let me introduce you to Luca.
Hi, I'm the special thing.
You're a thing? You're a
Nice.
thing now? Wait, what?
I'm a lot of things, SheWulf. So anyway, it's nice to be here. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm looking forward to it. I consider you both good friends of mine, so I'm sure this will be a great show.
Definitely
Aw.
agree. Definitely agree.
I'm so happy she's here.
I know. I definitely agree.
Until she picks sides, then friendship
well, I don't
over.
know.
No,
I'm
I'm
kind
kidding.
of curious. If you're a thing, is it kind of like the Thing from the Thing movie, or is it like a different thing?
It's
Wow.
exactly like that. I look exactly like that. So.
Okay.
I was thinking Thing 1 and Thing 2 because they're adorable. But I guess that's just me. I don't know.
No, I'm the thing because I'm monstrous in every way. So anyway, we can continue.
Alrighty then.
Interesting.
So, starting off this week, we're actually going to be asking Luca some inside questions to get to know her as a gamer. So, Luca, starting off, why did you become a gamer?
I became a gamer because I didn't have a lot of friends, and it was a way for me to, just do something with my time. I enjoy the stories in a lot of games and the gameplay elements. It's just a way to pass time for me. That's why I started gaming. It's just a great hobby, to be honest.
That's true. It's always
Oh,
a good way
interesting.
to escape reality because, hey, who really likes reality nowadays?
Exactly.
Alright, so my next question then has to be, why your gamer tag? Why did you pick that gamer tag?
All right, so Luca is a nickname. It's something that's been carried over from this other community I was in a couple years ago. And the Ashen part is because of Dark Souls. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a huge Souls fan. And
What?
I know, right? Shocking. And the main character of Dark Souls 3, their nickname is the Ashen One.
Oh,
That's pretty
fancy.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
I like how you took two different things and put them together. Even though you lied to me, I thought Luca, because of the second floor. Oh man,
Oh,
life is a lie.
God.
I thought one thing, and now it's another.
First of
and-
all, I'm too young to even know what that song is. Second of all, there is no second of all.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome.
Wow, just wow. Alright, and then my last question before we get to Fox's questions are, what is one of your most funniest moments in gaming that you can remember?
All right, so it was a moment that happened like a few months ago. I was playing Halo 4 with Scrotum's wife, and then our friend AJ, and I stole a couple of AJ's kills, so he was like, "What the heck?" And then Scrotum killed me, and I was so annoyed by that I kicked him from the party. So that was just a good time for all of us. It was a good night. I thought the entire thing was hilarious. And whenever we all play together, we still bring it up. Like AJ's like, "Oh, remember when you kicked Schroeder from the party because he kept killing you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do remember this. I almost blocked him for that too." So
Oh wow, I'm having flashbacks of the time that SheWulf kicked me out of a party one time in game time. That's
You deserved it. I don't remember
no,
why
no, I
did
didn't,
it.
because I specifically remember you texted me right after saying how sorry you were. So exposed.
Why did I kick you out?
She
I know I
doesn't
kicked
even
you, but I
remember.
don't. Please, it was like
That's-
how many months ago now?
Well, I was traumatized, so thank you for caring.
Well, then if you're traumatized, why'd I kick you out?
I don't know. You were just being crazy that night. I have no idea. But
See?
I still have the
It
text
wasn't
though of you
that
saying
traumatized.
sorry.
It was
I
not
love
that
you.
traumatizing if you cannot even remember why I did it.
Girl, you had no purpose. This is why I'm
No,
traumatized.
that's a lie. I always have to have some purpose to why I do the things I do. So, if anyone
I
can
don't know
remember
about
from that night, please feel free. I'm pretty sure Crab Gamer and them remember.
wow,
Tim,
Fox
why
was
did she
probably-
kick me out?
No, Fox was probably being a jerk, and SheWulf had no choice.
I've never
It was
in my
definitely
life.
something
Girl.
because I only kick people if like I really need to kick people. So I don't know. Anyways, all right, Fox. What are your questions?
Yes, I could go on for that forever. But Luca, since you mentioned that you like Souls games, I was like, what? But yeah, besides that, what kind of genre of games do you enjoy the most?
RPGs.
There
Would
you go.
Would you like me to elaborate why?
Sure,
Yes.
that would be nice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was like a simple question. You have to add a two-parter, but okay. So I like RPGs because I like story-based games. I used to read a lot when I was growing up, and I just like the idea. Oh, okay. I just like the idea of getting immersed in a fantastic story.
Oh, okay, interesting. And you like the way the game is played, like the whole mechanics of the RPG style of games?
Yes, I do. I like making decisions and choices and having those decisions actually make an impact on the story.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's so great. Like it's just so great, and it makes me so happy playing through these stories. Like I've played through so many RPGs so many times just so I can make different choices.
Nice.
It's just great. It's great.
Oh yeah, that's right. How many times did you play Witcher again, or you beat it?
Twice.
There you go. There you go. I remember you mentioning that a lot. But so you like customizing, you like having to craft and stuff like that.
hmm
All right, cool. My next question is, what are some perceptions of gamers that people have and you do not agree with?
Uh, well, that gaming is for losers. That's something that I personally have to deal with a lot. Like I have a lot of friends, and a lot of my friends, like especially my female friends, think the fact that I like to game is silly and stupid. And they've made comments here and there, and I'm just always like, do you play Candy Crush? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so you're a gamer, so shut up, just shut up. So that's just something I don't agree with. Like gaming, it's another hobby, and
Right.
there's that stigma behind it is really unfortunate. And even though we've grown past that as the years have gone on, it's still something that carries a lot of weight and something that a lot of people still believe. So that's just something I find kind of bothersome and definitely not true. Like sometimes I'm even not embarrassed per se, but someone will ask me like, "Oh, what do you like to do?" And I'll like pause, I'll hesitate before telling them, and they'll
Right.
be like, "Oh, okay," So a lot of people think I'm like a loser and a nerd and weird for that, but I don't really care. So
Wow, I completely agree with you on that. I too have gone through that where I do pause and I'm like, get ready for the negative stigma behind it, and then I say like, oh yeah, I game as my hobby, but like I do podcasts and stuff like that about gaming, and they're like, oh, what? Really? Especially my cousins in Orlando when they found out, they thought that was kind of weird.
yeah,
But I was like, yeah, it's awesome, and people do listen, so we're not talking to the air. Like this is
Yes,
actually
you are.
pretty
All
cool.
we do is talk to the air because, of course, think about it. It's the airwaves of the internet.
oh my god,
Oh,
she
that
was
was some straight up
so great.
cheese.
That was
That was
so
a
great.
straight.
I know.
No.
Yeah, I had to.
Don't encourage
My
her.
bad.
Don't encourage. Okay, no, I'm kidding. And the last question is, Team Wolf or Team Fox?
Do you really want her to announce that on? Because she might
No.
hurt your feelings.
I
Oh, okay.
Need to
Okay.
go shave my legs is
Oh,
the
okay.
answer to that.
So Luca
Yeah.
will be
Go
back,
wash
but
your hair.
no, we've changed it. This is a new thing. This is a new thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But while Luca does that, yeah, let's move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I'm officially moving on to the news, people, because that just got very awkward. All right, guys, so let's get into some fun stuff. Now, the news has been making gamers go crazy lately, especially going crazy on the social sites, which, come on, people, it's just games. But hey, why don't we talk about some and see what we think about it? Maybe we'll go a little crazy too. I doubt it, but you never know. So, the first topic that I want to throw out is developers are now getting tired of the backlash for every single Xbox One announcement. Like, one, that's kind of surprising, I guess, that they're finally getting tired of it. Shouldn't you been getting tired of it like 2 years ago? But whatever. So the Xbox One has not had the best time of late as far as predictions among gaming audience, and there is at least some level of negativity there. However, at least one developer is now tired of every Xbox announcement being met with some level of backlash. Now, what do you guys feel about this? Like, do you guys think that obviously we see, IGN and all of them where they just constantly go nonstop with hate with everything that the Xbox One does. Do you guys agree that it has become too overwhelming and people do need to start standing up for this? Or do you guys think it's really not that big of a deal?
Well, I'll jump in and I'll say that I completely agree with this, and I can see where they're coming from because of all the negative articles or the articles that even question the fact, why do we need this console when we've already had a console like this come out in the end of last year, which is the PlayStation 4 Pro, and yet they praise that. And now this one, now Xbox is trying to do their own version of that, and people are questioning it. Like, why do we need that to play this? I have to have a 4K TV, even though they say you don't.
Yeah.
So the fact that they even question its existence, those kind of articles suck. The fact that, there's always some horrible like feedback behind it when it comes to, is it true 4K? Isn't that true 4K? You know what I mean? Is it dynamic resolution? Like that whole stuff, it's annoying. Instead of just kind of like, how about you read an article and then you inform people what's happening or what's coming, and if you should buy it, but like ask the right questions so the reader could actually be informed and then make their own decision instead of you trying to make the decision for them. So yeah, I can see it completely where they're coming from in that aspect.
Well, speaking of this gen gaming, it was Paul Norris of Madfellow, the folks who made Aaero, which I'm pretty sure you've played that game, correct?
Hell yeah. It's awesome.
So they noted that the console war is hell and that he was actually glad that he stepped away. And, that's pretty bad when a developer from an indie game comes out and is like, you know what, I had to get away because this console war stuff is just getting ridiculous. And
Yes, it's toxic.
It is, like, death threats, we see so much crap go around, like, the social media about what is, like, so wrong about the Xbox and the console war and how bad the fanboys get. And it is getting ridiculous. And for developers, I'm glad to see a developer come out and actually say something, because if everyone just keeps staying quiet and allowing everyone to go back and forth about this, it's not going to stop. And even these high social sites that a lot of people rely on for their news, they need to stop, and they need to start actually being fair and balancing out their reviews, their impressions, and everything else that they talk about gaming, because people do listen to them, especially how big the gaming industry is becoming in the generations that are coming up.
Yeah,
you guys make great points, and I agree with both of you 100%. Quite frankly, it's really nice to see a developer actually sticking up for the Xbox and saying, hey, enough is enough, because, we even see some devs and some other people in the industry taking part of the fanboy war and choosing sides, which isn't good for anyone. It just makes gaming look embarrassing, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
I was happy to see this article. I don't understand why people are so down on the Xbox. Honestly, I feel like no one talks about the Pro anymore. It's like it doesn't even exist. It's like everyone's so focused on bashing the X that it's like they forgot that the PlayStation 4 Pro is weaker than it, And that's fine. It's still a powerful system, but I don't understand
Yeah.
all the negativity surrounding it. I don't get it. And it's annoying, honestly. It's really annoying to see. And the fanboy stuff is irritating. People are always bothering me personally about it, and I have to put people in their place, which is fun.
Dragging people on Twitter.
Dragging people on Twitter, which
It's a hobby.
it's a hobby. It's just something I like to do in my free time. But it's annoying too. I don't like having to deal with it, and I wish people would just be more chill. Everyone has a preference, and there's nothing wrong with that preference. And I don't get the need for everyone to share their opposite opinion. Like if I say I like this, someone comes, well, I don't like it because of XYZ, and I'm like, I don't care about your opinion. And then they get
Right.
butthurt because, so I don't get it. I don't get it, but this is nice to see. Devs sticking up.
Yeah.
Like, we do see, okay, so there is nothing wrong with the whole competitive thing. Like, let me
Right.
point that out right now. It is healthy to have that whole little back and forth. Like, you see it with football teams, you see it with, cell phones, you see it with computers, PC, Mac, whatever. But it never ends in death threats. After it's said and done, people usually just, like, shake each other's hands or, pat your back and awesome, and they move on kind of thing. It doesn't become what the gaming has become, and I truthfully think that it's going too far. And for a developer to come out from Aaero and say this, now let me point this out as well. Some people have said, well, your game's just exclusive, so your point doesn't actually matter. The game is not exclusive. Aaero is not an exclusive to the Xbox One, so his opinion does matter, because his game is on all the systems. It is not just on Xbox One. So for people to criticize him because he comes out and he says, look, I'm excited about the Xbox One, it's wrong. Like, developers, with the power that they're being given from a new console, it doesn't matter whose console it is. If a new console is coming out, developers have the right to be excited, because that means that they get to test their games and their development skills on a new higher power system. And who wouldn't be excited about that?
Yeah, they can push the game even further and add more things and do more stuff. So yeah, it opens up a whole bunch of new pages for them to work with. And I think it's really cool of this developer or any developer to actually come out and be like, hey, look, I'm looking forward to the Xbox One with the X. Like, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. So he's personally looking forward to it so he could play in it and then develop for it, I'm sure. And he also has a PlayStation and a Nintendo and stuff like that as well. So I mean, it's nice, and I want to see more developers come out and be like, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to buy it, or I'm going to pick it up. Because you shouldn't be scared to say, hey, I like Xbox, or whatever the case may be, because the fanboy shit is annoying and useless. And yeah, it does make us look really petty and dumb most of the time. So yeah, other times it's just really funny.
We might as
Not
well
gonna
be
lie.
back in high school.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
Yeah, it's the stereotype of high school is what fanboy is right now. It's pretty much jocks against geeks, or, vice versa, whatever way you want to put it. But that's how, like, you're pretty much just coming out and being a bully. IGN is one of the worst ones for this, with how, their titles and how they actually portray their news. When, guys, you guys get free systems from everybody.
Yeah,
Like,
they get the most free shit out of everything, and they get like first access to like a lot of these games.
They do. Like, Xbox and all of the PlayStation,
Yep,
Nintendo,
everything.
all give them all of this stuff, but yet
Yep.
you sit there and just because you prefer PlayStation over another system, you're going to lower the other standards to the other ones. That's not fair. And if that's what journalism is, then I think the whole entire journalism industry needs to reevaluate and actually stop and put real gamers into who they have reviewing or giving these impressions about these games. Because again, a lot of casual gamers who are trying to find information about upcoming systems, upcoming games,
Very true.
they look at this. The internet is like the whole world pretty much when it comes to trying to figure
Looking for
out
information.
Yes.
Yeah.
People don't go to stores anymore for this kind of things when they can look it up on the internet. So when they come across, obviously, IGN, who is a very popular one, there's Gaming Bolt, there's Polygon, all of these guys. When casual gamers go and look for something that they want to understand, they find these sites because they are the most viewed. They come up in the Google search right away, and that's where they go. And then people read these and they're like, oh, wow, okay, so they're saying it's bad, so then I guess it must be bad, because they don't fully understand or is aware of what is actually in the system or what the game is actually about. And I think that just ruins it. So is this generation toxic? Yes, I think this generation has become very toxic, and I wish more developers like Paul Norris would come out and actually say something and say how wrong this is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also-
I agree. Like, I agree with you guys a lot, It's just sad to see. It's sad to see that a lot of these journalists, I'm using quotation marks, they don't report on the news. They're just giving their opinions, and it's sad to see how far journalism has gone down,
Yeah. I think a lot of people should also be informed with the fact that sometimes it's just biased, and some people don't see that. Like, a lot of these people in IGN, like, they do prefer the PlayStation, and they act like, no, they're all, like, they equally like each one, but they don't. They obviously, and it's okay to like one more than the other, but don't sit there and make an article saying that Xbox is forcing you to download 4K assets, on the X. It's like, really? But you need that, though. So why, don't make
It's
it
one of
seem
the
like...
dumbest things I've ever seen. Like,
Don't make it
like it's-
seem like they're giving you something bad, like they're gonna like mess up your system. They're not. They're actually making your system better, but they're making it seem like they're forcing you. But it's like, that's the reason why you bought the system. They're giving you that for free, obviously.
Yep.
I don't know.
See, it makes you wonder, if they had to pay for this stuff, would their opinions be different?
I don't
Because
know.
you're actually
Probably.
having to pay for it. The fact that you're just being given it, I don't really think your opinion... It's still valuable, but I just find that some people don't actually give their fullest opinion because it was just given to them. So they don't... It's almost like they don't feel the need to actually be fully committed to it. Where if you buy something, obviously you want to give it your best, like your all, because of the fact that you had to put that money into it, and was it actually worth spending your money for it?
Exactly.
Yep.
They wouldn't be
entitled.
praising. Yeah, maybe they wouldn't be praising PlayStation so much if they had to like vouch for everything that they have, like the PlayStation Now and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they get free trials for that stuff, and if they had to pay for it, maybe they wouldn't be saying such nice things.
Exactly.
So yeah, I agree.
Exactly. All right. So let's move on to another topic. Now, this one I thought was kind of funny, and I really wanted to throw this in. One, because we have a huge Witcher 3 fan that's joining us today. So, okay, The Witcher 3, or The Witcher, I'm just going to say that because I don't know if it's exactly number 3 that's getting it, but The Witcher is getting a coloring book this fall. Now,
Like,
okay.
What the?
Yeah, so... The Witcher is a very colorful world. Now, yes, we all know this. It is all over the place, and there's a lot of great detail into this game. Now, whether you're watching the sunset or you're in snow-capped peaks, The Witcher is going to have an adult coloring book. Now, adult. Okay, so we all know that there's a lot of nudity in this game. So, does that mean they're going to portray it on these coloring pages? Because it does say adult coloring book.
Yes, it does.
Are they going to have like this giant plus 18 on the cover? Because...
Oh, wow. I didn't think that's what you were going to say. You said giant, and my mind just went somewhere else.
Wow. I guess your mind, we know where your mind is. But
apparently.
Yeah, it's due out November. So, for all you people who like Witcher, there's a nice Christmas present for you. You'll be able to fill pages and pages of Witcher artwork with colors from your own imagination.
Well, that's exciting. I just want to point out that they made it clear that when they're talking about adult, they're talking about the complexity of the line drawings in the book. So unfortunately, there won't be any lewd images of
What?
Marigold, which
I was
sucks.
hoping you weren't going to point
What?
that out. I was trying to
No
avoid that,
nips?
so people would just sit there and think that there was adult,
Oh
and then
my
they go
God.
buy it, and
Disappointed.
then think that they'd see like, nah.
SheWulf,
anyways.
you're so sneaky. You're so sneaky. Oh my goodness, I had no idea.
It was funny.
Wow.
I thought it would have been funny.
Wow. Okay.
She
Yeah,
had me going. I'm so disappointed now.
I know. That's the great part. I was gonna point it out at the end. Like that would have been like my last line after everything. I would have been like, yes. So everybody, adult
This
does
is
not
why.
mean adult rated.
Oh my God.
Well,
Wow.
it was my liner out, but that's okay.
My-
Well, it's because only because some of the things that they wrote, like for instance, it's gonna have 10 inches by 10 inches,
Oh.
but that's the page measurements. You can just have a lot of fun with this because it's just
My
fun
brain
enough.
is just somewhere else. Seriously.
I know it's gonna have 96 pages, but if you flip that
10
around,
inches.
it's 69. But anyways, so
Oh,
I
that's just you. No, that's
Okay.
just you. No,
Like I
no.
said.
You're just stretching.
that's
you're
what
just
I said.
stretching
I
now.
said I was going to stretch it, but Luke already like she already kind of she already
That's
killed my
funny.
buzz because she like
I'm sorry.
she said what it actually
just
was,
not
but that's okay.
You
It's
killed
alright.
her buzz, man.
It's okay,
Listen,
but
fam. Listen.
I do find it is funny because they do say don't expect to see kind of laud fan art that might find it Googled. Yeah,
Oh.
Googled without safety search eligibility on it. So no
Yeah, I
matter
would've-
what,
I
it's going to be
liked
safe,
to,
guys.
I would have liked an adult coloring book. You know, I'm a huge
Mm.
fan of Geralt and everything involving him, how he looks, how he talks. You know.
I do have to say
I like
though,
how her voice got slower when she said that.
He's
Yeah.
such a man. Oh my God.
He's a
well,
man's
then
man.
I think you will enjoy one of the pages that was apparently leaked on Twitter. He is in fact in the bathtub though.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh, the scars too. Oh my
Yep.
God.
It's like top down too. So you literally see everything but his I'm not gonna
Yeah,
start using
wow,
words,
okay.
but yeah. So
I'm
you
gonna
do
hang
see
that up.
everything. But that
I'm gonna hang that up
So-
in my room.
Nice.
it's 10 by 10, so it is okay. So, but back to reality. I do think it is actually interesting to see like a video game bring art like this because there is a lot of amazing artists out there who could take these coloring pages and actually, color them up and say give them away for giveaways. They could also like people could display them as actual art on their walls and stuff like that because you do see like a lot of comic book art and even just any standard gaming art and stuff like that, posters and all that people like to put up on their walls. So to have a coloring book stuff that if you are actually really good at coloring and stuff, it would make for amazing art because this is kind of game stuff that you don't always see posted as art or as posters or anything like that. So
Yeah, but not only that, as an artist, you could like mess with it and you could change it up a little bit. So you could customize it, give him a tattoo. You could change his hair color. I don't know. I'm just saying. Customize it, make it your own. So I think that is pretty cool. And the fact that it's very detailed, that's actually pretty nice. I wish I was into Witcher. It's just too RPG for me. I don't know.
What? 2 RPG for you?
I'm not
Wow.
about that life.
it
Why?
is.
It's so great.
So
I
the
just can't
coloring
get into
book-
the game.
So the coloring book is releasing November 1st for $14.99.
Oh, that's a nice price.
It is. That is actually a really decent price for something, especially having
I was expecting
96
more.
pages.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be more, actually.
I would have probably put like $30 for like, cause you see coloring books that have less pages than that for more prices because they're so detailed, and for how detailed they're making this out to be, you would assume that it would cost more. But $14.99 for 96 pages of the Witcher coloring book, that is actually pretty amazing, and I think that's a really good price.
So who's picking this up?
Agreed. 100% me. The fuck?
Me?
Like,
Real quick.
Day one.
That's great.
I'm a huge. I
Day one
even have the guidebook for The Witcher 3, so I'm
nice.
really into the series. Yeah, it's got a lot of nice artwork in it as well.
Well,
so I can
we'll
just add it
want
to my
to see
collection.
some of these pictures posted on Instagram that you color.
Yes. Wait, color?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
you have to color them.
Okay. I'll color in. I'll
You have
color
to color them,
Sh-
or at least attempt to color them.
Should
Okay.
color it in for you.
Yeah.
Mm.
I will, for sure, SheWulf. Just for you.
Awesome. We shall see. All right. So I just thought that was a funny topic to throw out there because, hey, Luca likes The Witcher, and the fact that a game is coming out with a coloring book, I thought it was kind of cool. I would like to see some other games come out with coloring books. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing a Halo one or a Gears coloring book. I
What?
think that would
Gears?
actually be
I want
pretty
it.
awesome to see the detail because there is a lot of
Here's
amazing art.
Jan.
Whoa. You want to get kicked out of this podcast like midway through? Like, what is that?
It's
No, I'm
only
kidding.
The first time.
No, I'm kidding. No, I would with Gears or Halo, that would be cool. Collector's piece. I don't know if I would color it in. I don't know.
Now, I'd
But I would
probably
collect
leave them black and white and just frame them, to be honest.
Framing is a bit too extreme. I'm just saying.
Really?
For me.
Well, you haven't seen my house. My whole house is literally all set up in posters and
I seen pictures. You sent me pictures.
well, yeah, then you should
Yeah.
everything in my house is like all like we go to like MegaCon and stuff like that, and we have a lot of like the art that they've done and stuff like that, like hand drawn art and stuff that's all signed and all hung up on the walls, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's very cool, actually.
Yeah, this whole house
And-
is
and
all
she
done
collects-
in gaming. So
And she collects art books as well from games.
I do.
So that's pretty cool.
I do. I collect a lot of art books, strategy guides, and all that kind of stuff. So I do. So
SheWulf,
it's
you're
cool.
so cool.
It is definitely going to be something I'm picking up just to add to the collection. You guys are nice.
Look at you too much.
Am I?
So we're going to move on now to Final Fantasy 15 closed multiplayer beta now available.
Yep.
All right, so Square Enix Final Fantasy 15 is currently hosting a closed beta for its next big DLC. This will add co-op multiplayer to the game, but is only available for those who have PlayStation Plus, Xbox Live Gold, or the Season Pass, which retails for $25. So pretty much
Yeah.
majority of gaming world, because
Yeah,
if
pretty
you
much
don't
you can
have
probably download it.
yeah, if you don't have Plus or Gold, then what the hell are you doing anyways? Just saying.
I don't have
So-
Plus. Just saying.
What?
Yeah.
Who are you?
I steal it from my brother. But anyway, besides that,
Yeah, somebody
Um,
still has it. So, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about the fact that there is a multiplayer beta for Final Fantasy? It does say that though only a small amount of content is available in the closed beta, players can expect new weapons, attacks, signals, and quests in the full version.
wait, okay. So this is my question to you. Is this something that you would jump into Final Fantasy for? Because I know that you have the game. I just don't know if you finished it or anything like that.
I haven't been able to finish it, no, only because of the fact that I haven't.
So many games.
I do. I've had so
Yes.
many games, and I really, really want to, and I'm going to play it, and I have started it, but every time I start, I end up getting, I literally put the game in to play it, and then as soon as, I start.
She's like one mission and then she's done.
Well, no, I start and then I end up getting a code, and I'm like, oh great, now I have to play, because to review them you gotta at least play a good portion of the game. You have to, and then so
Yes.
I get through that and I have to beat it, play it, and then I have to go back and stream it. So I'm playing it over again because of the fact that I like showing the first half hour to an hour of the game because I don't want to ruin it for people. So
Right.
it's just as soon as I start playing it, I always get a code thrown at me, and I'm like, ah, crap, because that has to come out first. So then, yeah,
Right.
every time.
Yeah, I get it.
But
But
I
is
am.
this something that you would jump back into Final Fantasy for when co-op with someone? Because I don't know if you could only play with your friends or if you could play with randoms. I think it's only with your friends from what I've read.
Okay, so co-op mechanics
So if that's the
into the
case-
game's single-player campaign allows players to customize their own avatar and embark
Actually,
on
that's actually
various
pretty cool.
quests with up to 3 other players. So it's 4 4-person co-op, which that
Yeah.
alone is actually pretty awesome. I think that is really cool.
Yeah.
But what else? They also say the closed beta will be available until August 8th, which 4 days away, guys. 4 days away. While there isn't a release date for the full DLC, so the multiplayer is pretty like. When I hear multiplayer, I assume things like Call of Duty and obviously, Titanfall, Fortnite, like, you know what I mean? Like multiplayer games where you're going against other people. At least that's like when, I guess it should have been like a closed co-op beta, not multiplayer.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound the same. You see multiplayer, it gets people intrigued, but then obviously you're not going against each other, you're playing the story together, so that it is different. So.
It would definitely, I do enjoy, like me personally, I enjoy playing games with other people when I'm doing campaign. Because, again, it kind of just pushes you through because you know that your friends are there with you. And, half the time you'll get friends that are like, all right, let's finish this. Let's go. So you're kind of pushed back into playing no matter what. And you just want to keep going because you're going with your friends. So I am happy to see this. Would I start it for the beta? I don't know if I'm going to try the beta only because I'd rather see the full DLC come out.
Oh, okay.
And
so we don't know when that's going to be.
Yeah, and are you going to have to pay for it when it actually releases? Like, we know the beta is free to those who have PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold. But is it going to become, you know what I mean? Like,
but they mentioned the season pass. So if you have the season pass, you should be able to get it for free. But if you don't, then yeah, I would think that you have to buy it separately.
Which is kind of weird because you'd think it would be an update to begin with. So, like, what, you have to pay for an update to become co-op? It's kind of weird.
I don't know. But it might add other elements and similar weapons to your already single-player experience, which is weird because as soon as I saw this game from the get-go, and you have, like, how many, guys, boy bands, whatever, 5 dudes, I would think from the start it should be co-op, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the whole time you're playing by yourself, which is, like, I guess, the norm in Final Fantasy games. But there are other Final Fantasy games online and stuff where you do, it's different. I've seen it like on PC and stuff where you go to quests and you fight bosses and stuff like that, which I do think that this is similar to that, but it looks way better than anything I've seen on PC. So I don't know. For me, this should already been a thing, but if it's fine if they want to add it now. My favorite part about the whole thing is that you could customize your character, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be paid DLC. And again, why do I have to pay to play with my friends in co-op?
Yeah, that's shady. I wouldn't get it just because of that.
Do you know how many people, not people, but how many games already have co-op, whether it's 2, 3, or 4 person co-op for a campaign? Like, why?
Yeah,
like Fox
Halo
said,
has that.
Why isn't it already in it? Now I have to pay for it? Like, is this seriously just another way for developers to come up with a way to, like, make people pay for stuff for their games?
Yeah, they're scalping us. That's what they're trying to do. I don't have any interest in Final Fantasy 15 in general, so I'm probably not going to try this closed beta unless my friends want to try, but considering who I'm friends with, I know for a fact that none of them are going to want to play it, so.
Well, it says the 8th. When is the 8th? Let's see.
Like in 4 days.
No, really? It's Tuesday.
Hey, I know how to do math.
Monday. Wait, no, Luca works Monday, right?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yes, I do.
See how she treats me, Luca?
You see this? Well, no, that was just kind of like, obviously I know it's 4 days.
Oh my god.
But I meant like what day? It's the 8th.
This is my last show, everybody. I'm just saying. I'm kidding.
Alright, well, maybe me and Fox will stream co-op, maybe. We'll see.
What? I didn't agree to this.
Why do you think I said maybe? You don't listen very well today. But anyways, so other than that, Luca, what do you think about the co-op and the fact that they're adding it to the game?
I mean, I think it's great that they're adding the co-op to the game. I think it should have been there from the beginning, but I mean, it's nice that they're adding it now. However, the idea of having to pay for any of that, it's suspect to me, and I wouldn't want to. It doesn't make any sense. There are so many games, like you were saying, that just have co-op integrated into the story. So I I don't get it personally. It's not something I understand. So I'm not interested in it. Like I don't like there's so many things that some devs do that I don't agree with, so I don't support it. You got to speak with your wallet when it comes to this kind of stuff. But hey, if you want to play with your friends, that's great for the people who have a season pass and who don't mind paying for it.
I guess. What about you, Fox? Would you pay for something like this?
No. That's about it. I'm not interested in the game, so there's no way.
Oh, well, that would explain why you said you wouldn't play with me.
Oh,
I didn't say that, but okay.
Well, if you're not interested, then obviously you wouldn't play it. I would assume. I wouldn't play a game if I'm not interested in it. Although I did get you to play Resident Evil, and you weren't really interested in horror games, so.
God damn it, SheWulf. Always trying to make me do things. I do love
guys
trying
do
new
these
things and
things.
stuff because of SheWulf, though, so I'm not gonna lie on that part. So, if she really was interested in playing this and says, Fox, come on, join me. I'm really interested and I have nobody to play this with, then I probably would.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
My only thing is it's just campaign. Like, it's the fact of having to, like, you have to buy the game if you don't already own it. So you're already paying for that. But then you have to pay for, like, if you want to play with your friends, you have to pay for the freaking co-op. Like, no. It's just not happening.
No.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
basically.
just stupid. Oh my god. Alright. I'm done with that crap, because that's just stupid. Seriously, Final Fantasy, I understand you want, or Square Enix, you want to suck people out for money. You're going to be the next Activision, because that's what's going to happen. Like, that's just ridiculous. What's next? Like, do they have microtransactions in that game? Because I'm sure it's coming.
I need to have cosmetic stuff, so...
Oh, well, there you go. So,
Yeah.
why not? Developers are trying to suck gamers out of money as much as they possibly can. Isn't it a separate campaign? From everything that it seems, no. It's apparently the same campaign, just turned into co-op.
I think it is new missions and stuff. I don't know if it's a
Well, I know
whole
there's
new...
it does say like
Yeah, new quests and missions and stuff, but...
but I'm pretty sure it's still the main gist of the game though. You just get some added things to it.
Yeah.
There isn't a whole lot of details about what the DLC will actually require and how it exactly is going to work. So I can't actually quote fully on that, but I still don't think you should have to pay for co-op. Regardless of the fact, it just comes back to paying for co-op I don't see the point in it.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
Yeah.
Alright, so enough about that. Why don't we jump into something I know Fox is going to go a little crazy for, and that of course is bringing you some games that, hey, you may not actually know too much about, and that could possibly pique your interest because they don't get as much hype as they deserve. So, one of these games we actually saw recently at E3, and I know it made a lot of people go crazy because they did really enjoy the first one. And is actually releasing this month on August 31st, and that is Life is Strange Before the Storm, which is pretty awesome. Fox, would you like to tell us about this game? I know you love this game, so.
I can tell you how much I love it and stuff. I don't have the actual notes, though, in front of me.
Wow.
All right, so it's a prequel starring Chloe. It has a different voice actress than the original Life is Strange. So it's right before Max came to town, like maybe a year or so before, and you get to see how things were before Max came to town. And Max is the main character of the original Life is Strange, and Chloe was her best friend in that. And basically, the premise of Life is Strange was a lot of the story revolved around Max's friendship with Chloe. So it's good to see things from Chloe's point of view because there's a lot of people who are big fans of hers. And honestly, I think this prequel is a great idea for certain people as well. Like for me, because I didn't like Chloe very much until episode 4. Mm-hmm. But seeing the gameplay and what they've revealed so far, I'm like really excited, and it's making me like Chloe a lot. And I can't wait to play as her and see what she had to go through. And maybe it will make me understand her more because there's a lot of things that she does and says in the original Life is Strange that I'm like, oh no, I don't like this at all. But maybe seeing what happened before Max came back and everything that she went through and all the things that she lost, it might give me a better appreciation for Chloe as a character. So I'm looking forward to it. And I'm also a huge fan of Life is Strange, if you couldn't tell already.
I
Me and Fox talk
didn't
about
know
it a
that,
lot.
but
So
now I do.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Life is Strange is an episodic graphic adventure video game developed by Deck 9.
Deck 9.
My bad. Deck 9 and published by look at that, Square Enix.
Square Enix. Yes.
God damn you, Square Enix. The first 3 episodes is scheduled to be released on, like I said before, August 31st. For Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. It is set as a prequel to Life is Strange and will focus on 16-year-old Chloe Price.
Yeah. That's the notes I was talking about. But yeah, damn, Luca jumped in and she was so passionate. It's inspiring
I
as
love
fuck.
Life
So
is
let's
Strange.
I
hear
know.
your passion about this game, Fox. Why are you excited?
Oh wow. Okay, so obviously, like Luca, I really enjoyed the first set of games, which wasn't developed by the same people, by the way. So Deck 9 is the new developers for this game. Square Enix really has no say in the game. They're just publishing it. And the original creators of the game was Don't Nod. So they're over there working on Vampire right now. And soon enough, they're going to be working on the new Life is Strange, hopefully with Max and Chloe, which I can't wait. So obviously, I enjoyed this game. The first time I played it, I thought, oh no, it's episodic. I don't understand like how that's gonna work out, because at the time I was still like, I guess, getting used to Telltale kind of games. And the fact that I found out that she has powers and stuff like that, I thought that was interesting. So the first 2 episodes really, really drew me in, and I couldn't wait to play more and more and more of it. So yeah, I loved the story. I loved the characters. I loved all the little details and stuff, and the fact that like it has a big fandom, and there's so much art and everything for this game. It's just amazing, and I'm really happy that they decided to go back and tell you why basically Chloe is the way she is, because she was kind of like a little firecracker in the game that she was with Max.
She was a jerk. Okay, she was a jerk.
She was a
100%.
lovable jerk.
She was lovable where?
Oh, you know what?
Okay.
We've already had this
I know what.
conversation. But
I'm just saying she could be mean. She could be really mean.
yes, she was. And sometimes she could be kind of a bully because she would push your
Kinda?
character. You know what,
She
Luca?
was
I
just-
didn't interrupt your passion, all right?
Listen, I'm just
Listen to
saying.
me.
Can't fight.
All right, so I thought Chloe was a lovable, like kind
Bully.
of a bully in a way, because I knew she didn't mean to be the way she was, because I had a feeling there's a reason why she was acting out and stuff like that. And yeah, she went through a lot. When you get through the game, you find out stuff about her past, stuff about her father, stuff that she's going through at the moment with her new stepdad and her mom and stuff like that. Obviously she's missing someone in her life which she really loves, and as Max on the original game, you find out like what happened to her and what's going on in the town that's like fucking weird, and yes, you have these abilities that get Chloe out of trouble because she basically dies like 5 or 6 times, but
She
you
puts
help
herself
her
in
through.
those situations, okay? She's an idiot, okay? Like, it's fine. It's fine, but she's an idiot. Like, a lot of the times I would sit there as Max, just looking at Max like, I'm just gonna, let this roll out and let her die because this is nonsense. Like,
But the friendship is there though, and that's why you
friendship is
keep.
there. It's fine.
Yes.
I mean, it's fine. I get it. I'm just saying. I love.
But
Chloe.
as Max, you love your friend even though you haven't seen her forever, and you're just basically getting to know her all over again, and you're finding out like why she is different as she is, what's going on. You do go like back in time and stuff like that. You do see like an alternate universe, which oh my god broke my fucking heart. But like all that stuff, and it made for an amazing story to the point where they couldn't just leave it like that. They had to let you know and give you some insight on Chloe past, and like especially the fact that why does she care and love and miss Rachel so much. So you're gonna find out like all that stuff in the first game, which by the way, I'm really looking forward to it. Pre-ordered. I think Luca pre-ordered as well.
Yeah, of course I did.
Yeah.
I
I didn't
pre-ordered
play
Okay.
the first one,
edition.
so I didn't.
You haven't played the what? You haven't played it?
Wait, what?
I've
What?
never played Life is Strange.
Girl, get on it. It's so good.
But
I don't know.
you know,
listening to
I
you
told
two
you
go
about
back
the
and
game.
forth about it. I think I'd probably end up being killed if I played and then had an opinion about it.
Look,
Girl,
listen,
but you already know how
we're-
passionate I am about this game. Why you haven't got on it? I don't understand. I know you started it. I seen your Chivos. I know you started it.
Pretty sure.
yeah.
I haven't.
Listen,
I'm pretty sure it's on your list, but you haven't
me and
done anything.
Fox's passion speaks a lot about the game because me and Fox don't have a lot of games that we have in common. You know, a lot of games that
True
we
story.
both enjoy. And I don't play indies. Like, I've made this a point on pretty much every show that I've been on. But this game stood out to me and touched me in a way that a lot of story-driven games haven't. And episode 4, like, I was so upset after that episode. I ended up staying up all night, and I just have a lot of feelings about the game, and I'm looking forward to this new one, and I can't wait. Like, I genuinely cannot wait for it to come out, and I can't wait to play as Chloe and see things through her eyes, and
And understand.
and understand her and see where she's coming from. I think after I play it, I'll probably go back and play the original again, just so I can be like, okay, Chloe, I see you.
Okay, Chloe.
Why do I need
You
to
still
play it
bitch.
when I can just listen to the two of you guys the whole time and I can know the whole entire game?
Well, we're not giving away any spoilers, actually. So it does get
Mm.
way deeper and way more interesting than, like, I mean, than basically like our passion and our interest for the game. And it is episodic, so like my opinion to people would be play like one episode at a time, or binge it and play the whole thing. But that's obviously up to you. It is a lot of information to take in story-wise, and there's also a journal that she has, which is interesting to read. And I love the music in that game. Yo,
Ugh, the music is so good. It's so good, and it fits the atmosphere perfectly.
yes.
Yo, it's so
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah. So I recommend it. I can't wait for this new one. I want to see more about Chloe because yes, even though sometimes I was kind of like, bitch, please, are you serious right now? In the first game, I'm interested to see her younger and I guess kind of like getting to know like her surrounding. I don't know. It feels like she's finding herself in this other one. This Before the Storm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys are excited, and we know these two ladies are very
What
excited
do you think,
for
SheWulf?
Life is Strange. I have no
SheWulf.
idea. I didn't play the first one, so.
But look, knowing that there's a new game coming out, would you be interested in playing at least the first 2 episodes of the other one to see if you could get into it?
Sure. If it's anything like Telltale's, then I can just pretty much click A and just let it go. But no,
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
people. I'm
It's
kidding.
not like that, girl. You actually
No.
walk around. You
It
actually
was a joke.
rewind. You make choices. I think
She was like, it was a joke.
no. Listen. Say joke.
Fox
This
is
is
like-
life is
Fox
strange.
is like,
It's real
this,
life.
This game is not a joke, okay? Like, you
Like,
can't say
we
stuff
can
like
have a
that.
whole podcast just on Life is Strange.
I think we could. I think
mean,
think most of the time,
could.
I think me and Luca would most of the time just be bitching about Chloe and all her bullshit that we had to go through in the first
but,
one.
like, legit though.
But I
Like,
still love her though.
I mean,
still-
it's fine. I like her too. I mean, I like her. You know, I like her. But Max was my favorite character. So
Oh,
I
of
was doing-
course.
I was doing
course.
things based off how it would benefit Max. You know, I was like, let's think about Max's emotional health right now, and not focus on Chloe.
Yes.
Because
Yes, and
everyone
there's
is so into Chloe and thinks she's so
Yes,
amazing and great,
true.
and then they just let her get away with these terrible things. I'm like, okay, but like, what about Max though? Like, what?
Max is us. So obviously I made my choices like I would. So of course when she's like she got mad that you got a phone call from another friend, that bothered me because I was like, I'm gonna pick up the phone, bitch. Like, why are you getting mad? Because I'm gonna pick up a phone call. Like the fact that Chloe was getting jealous or being rude about that bothered me. So obviously in the game, I picked up the phone. I talked to Kate, which another great character that doesn't get any light. So
Hashtag Team Kate. Just saying.
Yo, she's amazing as well. So the fact that as Max, you can make these decisions and Chloe can be mad at you at 1 minute for it, and then later on she'll get over it because you're friends, And
Yeah, that's true. That's
of
true.
course, she needs you. She needs you throughout the game.
She
Awesome.
does.
So, with all this well details, guys, the sequel is coming with the first 3 episodes. Like I said before, in case you forgot, August 31st. So make sure, if you haven't played the first one, apparently make sure you play the first one and buy this one, or these two ladies will kill you. Anyways,
We will not. Oh, can I point out something else about this the new game? If you buy the deluxe, yeah, well, I was gonna do it anyway. I love you, SheWulf. I love you. But if you buy the deluxe edition, you do get a bonus episode later on after they're done with the main story, and then you could play as young Max again. So I'm looking forward to that, to see what they do. So
interesting.
I can't wait.
All right. We do actually have a second game. This one will
what?
probably be
We
much
do?
shorter,
Okay.
but so we have a game. Okay, so first off, the game's called Thumper. Now, when I heard the game, the first thing that I thought about was Bambi and Thumper, because he was a rabbit named Thumper. But however, this game has absolutely nothing to do with a cute little bunny named Thumper. Drool's Thumper is finally coming to the Xbox One after having launched on PlayStation 4, PC, and PlayStation VR back in October 2016. Xbox One players will get their hands on the Rhythm title that is coming out August 18th. Now, this game, I was watching some gameplay footage of it. I haven't played it on, obviously, the PlayStation or the PC. But for the gameplay that I saw, one, I guess it would be kind of cool as a VR game. It's pretty much like Tron, and you're literally just riding a bike through tracks. But I love how the simplicity, and that was actually one of my favorite movies. Sorry, my mic shut off for some stupid reason again. But yeah, so one of my favorite things about this is the fact that you're just literally riding a bike. So yes, the game is simple, but at the same time, it is something kind of cool just to sit back and let it go. It does sound corny, yes, Thumper. Who would name a bike-like game like that looks like Tron? Thumper. It's kind of really an odd name for the game, to be honest. But, you know, it is what it is, and I do find that people may enjoy this game, especially if you like racers. So, did you guys look at trailers or anything by any chance?
Yes, I looked at a trailer for it. I'm not interested.
Oh, wow. Just straight up.
It works.
So yeah, I saw the gameplay, and I thought it was interesting because I do like these kind of games where you go with the rhythm, kind of like rhythm-based games and stuff like that. So I have played other games like that. Spectra was a little bit different because you could actually move around freely, and you didn't have to do like QTEs or whatever. So you didn't have to do that. Like this game is a bit different. So I do find that other games like Aaero and Spectra have better music, and you can move freely in the screen. In this one, it looks like you're just going through on one track and you're hitting QTEs. And then as the levels progress, it does get more complicated with your moves or anything like that. And I believe the whole time you're fighting a boss right in front of you while you're going. So it is interesting to me because I do like games like this, but I don't know if I would pick it up right away. Maybe I'll get it in a sale or something. But I do like
the soundtrack was that great.
Yeah, that also. Like I said, I like the soundtrack or the music in other games like Spectra and Aaero, which are basically like this, without the QTEs so much. So I do like it. It looks interesting. I like the colors and the way, like I guess the way the game looks, like the art style of it.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. It did bother me that, like I said, that you can't move around freely and stuff like that, like going sideways and upside down, and that would be cool.
Yeah.
Maybe later on through the levels, though, they'll move the track all crazy and stuff like that.
Yeah, there could definitely be more. Like I said, didn't really get to see a whole lot on it because
I just saw the first level for sure.
But it does seem very linear for a game that does revolve a lot around rhythm and stuff like that. And yes, the soundtrack should have been much better, especially with like the vibrant colors. And, you know, the game isn't super detailed, but you wouldn't expect it to. But you would expect the colors and the graphics to kind of pop out more. And I find this kind of lacked a little with that, with its soundtrack. So that was a little disappointing, but it does still seem interesting, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was neat.
Yeah, I didn't know this game was coming out. So it is interesting to see that it's coming on Xbox now, even though it was on other platforms. Like I said, I'll probably get it in a sale or something. Because
Yeah.
I like rhythm-based like games like that.
Oh, I see
So
it
yeah.
coming to a sale probably fairly quick. Probably like the fall sale because, like I said, this does come out August 18th. So chances are it's probably going to come out, like I said, probably on like a fall sale or
Or
something.
deals with or deals with gold and stuff like that.
That's
Sometimes they
true.
do throw those games in there. Like that's how I got Aaero.
That is true, yeah. Like I said, it's an interesting game. Take a look at it, guys. You never know. I do think it was probably a better game for VR, but again, VR is
Oh wow, I
only
don't. That I mean that would explain why it's so linear if it's on VR like that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if
Which
it's
So
a
if
VR
explains
game, I'm sure Crappy will love it.
oh no,
yeah
I'm not getting
the
into that
VR.
topic.
All right. So, because there isn't really a whole lot of detail on that game, I hope you guys still go check it out because, again, it is still coming to Xbox One after releasing on other platforms. So, I thought that was kind of neat and wanted to share that. Now, we're going to do something a little different this week, and I'm actually kind of excited because I thought this would be kind of fun. Now, I was looking around at, obviously gaming sites for gaming news, so like GamingBot and Polygon is sites that I've said before about news that they have listed, and I came across something a little bit different than, your average gaming news. They had a bunch of lists, for example, one being 10 video games you should not play alone, and then they gave their opinions, or overhyped video games that were a complete letdown. And then they gave their opinions. So I thought it would be funny to pick one of these from the list and actually go over it with the two panel members that I have with me and see if we agree or if we don't agree. So this week, we're going to be picking video game stories that are better than the actual gameplay. So, in their list, they actually start right off the bat. I guess we'll jump into this one because it was one of the first games that we have already talked about. The Witcher. So, CD Projekt Red made a name for themselves with the Witcher series. Fans continue to rave about the studio's latest release, The Witcher 3. The game is in paragon of an open-world RPG genre. While gameplay has been a significant part of this title, it seems the story is actually where it truly stands out. Now, do you guys agree with this?
Yes, I do agree, 100%. The gameplay is fine. It's fine, but it's the story that really is the bread and butter for this game franchise. The story is phenomenal. One of the, honestly, top 3 best stories I've ever experienced. It's amazing, And the gameplay is it's manageable, you can get through it, but the story is where this game really shines.
See, I have to agree because, for instance, Blood and Wine, I actually skipped over because, you're supposed to get so far and then you can play Blood and Wine because of the DLC. And I literally just wanted this story. I would just, skip through as much as I possibly can of the gameplay just so I could get to, the cutscenes and, the story and where they actually talk about the story and that. Because the gameplay was really just like any other thing. You ride a horse as far as you can, you fight something, you move on. You ride as far as you can. It's the same thing for most games. So when this story came out, I thought it was amazing, and Blood and Wine had to be one of my all-time favorite stories in a game. So
yeah, agreed, 100%. Blood and Wine is very good. I prefer Hearts of Stone, though. I'm just saying, the first DLC content they came out with, but the story, oh my god, the story is so good. It's just so good. And for people who haven't tried it yet, how can you not play this game? I don't understand. I mean, I get it if you're not into RPGs and stuff, but the story alone is worth it.
yeah.
Funny enough, I actually tried this game, even though I couldn't get into it. I actually tried part 2 and part 3.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
And when it
The
comes to
gameplay in
the
part 2 is
story,
pretty
did you enjoy at least the story of what you saw?
Yeah, I was checking it out because my brother actually kept playing it on his profile, and I was like, oh, this looks actually pretty cool. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing somebody streaming it and stuff like that, or seeing a compilation of all the cinematics and stuff like that. So it is interesting. when
Yeah.
it comes to their story aspect. But yeah, for me, I would completely agree with this because I'm not into RPGs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because, like, another thing that adds to this, which is mainly story, is, they allow you to make dialogue choices, and which then completes missions that you want, and so on and so forth. But in the end, it always came to the same place. So I did definitely think that the story was better than the gameplay when it comes to the Witcher series. So, one for, I guess, GamingBot, because, again, these sites kind of seem like they kind of leap off of other sites. Like, this one is on Looper, so... another one from this list, which we know Luca has played, and that's Mass Effect. Now, they say BioWare has managed to improve the gameplay quality of Mass Effect series with their latest title, but only time will tell if its story can match that of Commander Shepard and the Reapers. So I guess Luca, now I didn't really get too far into this, but I definitely wasn't really all about the gameplay. I was able to tolerate the story. I was actually enjoying listening to what was going on with them more than actually having to play through the game. But Luca, what is your thoughts on, is the story better than the gameplay, or was the gameplay actually more enjoyable?
Story's better than the gameplay. So wait, are we talking about Andromeda or the Mass Effect series in general?
No, it just said Mass Effect, so I am. Yeah, it's
Oh,
the first one.
yeah, no. Listen, listen,
Yeah,
listen.
I know. I've actually
I
played this one, but yeah.
I can't even play Mass Effect 1. It's bad. Like, it's really bad. I can't go back to that one. Now, 2 and 3 are more manageable, but it's definitely the story that shines in Mass Effect, and the gameplay is eh. Andromeda was a lot better, but it's still not the greatest.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, I
worries.
can agree with that. I tried the first one and I did not like the gameplay at all. It was hard to even get through the beginning, and yeah, I from what I know, people do like the story more. I don't know anything about the first one actually, so I didn't even get that far to know
Well,
what the heck was going on.
I think that's probably one of the biggest issues with having bad gameplay, is you can't actually see the story, because of the fact you don't want, Jamie Moran had recommended going back and playing them, so I did attempt them, and yes, I had the same issue. I hated the gameplay, so I didn't play it, but the story was good, but it wasn't good enough to continue with the gameplay that I had to do to get to the story, so I think that...
I played through it. I'm sorry. I played through it once, the Mass Effect one once, and I was like, I am never ever going back to this. And I think even the devs are aware of how bad the gameplay is, because they have it so you can buy like this little interactive storybook comic or whatever, make the choices for Mass Effect 1, and then have it carry over to Mass Effect 2, so you don't actually have to play the first one. And that's what I do
Oh wow.
yeah, that's what I do when I want to go back and play the series, because I'm never playing Mass Effect 1 again, okay? It's just not happening, fam. Like, it's
I
not
didn't even know they
happening.
did that. That's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's another one they got right. But yeah, I feel like Luca has the same taste as my brother because he really loved those games. Especially, I can say for its time, it was manageable. But like now, no. To go back to that, knowing all that we've gone through in the evolution of the series, it's not easy from what I can see anyway.
Well, no, especially
Yeah.
nowadays you get YouTube, where you can just pretty much... See, this is my biggest thing, is you can pretty much just go to YouTube and say, watch people actually do, all the cutscenes, so you don't actually have to play the game anymore. So...
Yeah.
YouTube people, if you don't like a gameplay of something, go back and just watch it, because trust me, the stories are at least really good. Fox, what do you got for us from this category?
I have BioShock actually.
Oh, what?
And I know that yeah, BioShock. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with this. But yeah, they do have some stuff talking about how gimmicks and the storyline basically, and the fact that it's a first-person shooter. But you do have some kind of RPG elements where you could customize and upgrade your guns and stuff like that. You could hack as well. I just I don't even know why this game is in this list actually, because I did play BioShock and I enjoyed both aspects of it. I enjoyed the gameplay and I enjoyed the story a lot. And I know they're talking about the first one, which is a little bit weird to go back to as well. Like I was saying for Mass Effect, but I think overall it looks amazing. They did remaster and everything like that. So I don't agree with the fact that this game is in the list because I do like first person shooters.
Yeah.
I do like how you could manage your powers and your weapons all like with the little what's that called? The little menu that they give you. You could roll through them and you could switch between your weapons. You could choose between your powers. So I like the gameplay in this so much.
Yeah.
So I don't agree.
Now, see, this is actually on one of my biggest backlog games that I do really want to play.
You never play BioShock?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
watched. Well, see, GKB was when me and him first got together and stuff. He was actually in the middle of playing this game, and at the time, I didn't actually have like an Xbox Live account or anything. So I did play a bit on like his because he was actually going through the game. But I actually really enjoyed. Like, I did like the story, but I liked all the little like jump scares and all the like going through and the strategy to actually go through BioShock. So I'm in with you. I don't fully agree with this being on the list. It did have a good story, but I don't find the gameplay was like really any worse than the story. I find they were actually par and par, to be honest.
Yes, I agree. I liked it so much. I played it on the PS3 as well. So it was actually my ex's game. Like he had it on the 360, and I don't want to say that he was a pussy or anything, but he was scared of this game for some reason. This this one and Dead Space. See, Dead Space I understand. That took me a while to get through, but I
Yeah.
actually did that, and I'm really proud of that. But I don't think that this game was scary, but it was creepy. So I actually stole this game from him and I played it and I really liked it. So
It-
I didn't even know what it was when I started. I just was like, whoa, this is intriguing. So I liked all the elements that this game brought. And I thought it got better as the series went on. And I know a lot of people don't like the second one, but I thought it was more of the same and I really liked it
Yeah.
as well.
Like in this article, they do state that people play the series for its story. Again, I don't fully agree with that. I've heard a lot of people say that they like the gameplay, and because of the gameplay, I am actually going to go back and complete this game on my account for myself.
Hell
It is
yeah.
actually one,
Hell yeah.
as soon as I can get to my backlog, which just makes things so much harder when games just don't stop coming out. But
Yeah,
this
right?
is one game
Give us a
that
break.
yeah, I know, right? It is one game that's in my backlog that I am, no matter what, going to complete because I did enjoy the gameplay as much as the story. So I don't agree with this one.
Yeah, and I like that you have weapons, different kind of weapons. I like that you can upgrade them. I like the power up. So, I think overall the whole game is fun. So,
What
yeah.
about you, Luca?
I didn't
Crickets?
get the chance to play. I didn't get the chance to play through BioShock, but maybe it's more like people consider the first BioShock story so amazing and so iconic that that's what they mean. Like it stands out above a lot of other game stories. So they're like, this story is so phenomenal. The gameplay just cannot possibly match up. They could mean like that. They could mean it like that. But from what I've seen, they both look good. The gameplay and the story is obviously amazing, but the gameplay
Yeah.
looks good too. I could go back and play it, which I do plan on doing soon.
True.
Yeah.
All
Both
right.
of you can play it, like, because it's back and pat and is remastered, so you have
Yep.
your choice.
That is
Yeah,
true.
I'll do the remasters.
All right, Fox. What else?
Oh my God. So, this is funny. The next one is every game by Telltale. So all the Telltale games, the fact that they're episodic games, and they're cel shaded, and the fact that you play them to the point where I think you even made fun of it, and you're like, I could just let it sit there and it'll go through the story.
you
Yeah,
don't even
that's pretty
actually-
bad.
You don't even actually have to pick the choice. You can just you can start the game, and as long as you don't have to move, because a couple of them you do have to move, like the Game of Thrones
little bit.
one.
Yeah.
You have to actually dodge a cart that's coming at you or whatever, or you do get crushed. But it's like small things like that yes, okay, you gotta do that, but For a majority of it, I was able to just let the story go, get
That's
up and
pretty
go
bad.
like do the dishes or the laundry, and then come back and it would be like almost complete. So
Yeah, that's pretty bad. And you know what? I can't defend it that much. Like, obviously, I can say, what? BioShock has an amazing, gameplay just as much as the story. I can say that easily. But with these games, wow, with the Telltale games, especially the ones in the beginning, it's not the same. Like, yes, they do have interesting stories, so I can agree with that. But sometimes they're just so laggy at the wrong time.
yeah.
While you're trying to do a QTE, the fact that there is a lot of QTEs is annoying sometimes. I do love the choice that you could say and choose different things, but at the end, most of the time they end up, with the same
But
results,
even
maybe with one or
choosing
two characters missing.
But even choosing though, it's still story. Like it's still part of the
Right.
story. Like that's
Right.
the ironic thing about it is literally the gameplay is just pressing A. So yes, you completely got this one right. The stories are obviously much better than the gameplay. I do find the
Yes.
Telltales could have actually added more gameplay to this to make them more entertaining than what they did. Like, yes, I understand it is mostly about the story, but they still could have added something to it. I do love
Right.
the Batman one. The story was amazing, and you probably got to do a little more in the Batman one than you do in most
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
you could walk around and be all detective-like
Yes.
and search the crime
Yes.
scene and stuff like that. So yes,
I
they did.
believe Wolf
They
Among Us
they
was
do.
the same.
Yeah, a little bit, little bit. It's a smaller space that they give you to search around for little different clues, but most of the time it is pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I love the Wolf Among Us storyline, but yeah, the gameplay was a little bit hard to get through. I pushed through it. But because the story was that good. So it's because of these stories in these Telltale games that I pushed most of the stuff in the beginning of the games. And another one would be The Walking Dead season 1. I pushed through that because, by the time I got to episode 3, I was already invested in the story.
Yeah.
But yeah, before that, episode 1 and 2, I was kind of like, oh God, I'm gonna fall asleep playing this. But yeah.
I think I did fall asleep during one of them. I just let it play and I just went and took a nap or something. Because it's literally like,
Wow.
Jeez.
yeah, they weren't
That's harsh,
very...
girl. That's
I like
harsh.
Telltales, but at the same time, like, I like the Batman one. I think really, that's the only one that I actually stayed awake
Well-
and actually, like, did everything in it because I did actually enjoy the Batman ones. And I'm super excited for the Joker to come in, but in all reality, they should have done more.
But that's another thing. The fact that you mentioned the Batman one, that was a recent one. So they have gotten better
Yeah.
with the fact that they let you do more in the game aspect and the gameplay aspect of it. But their stories are always amazing throughout. But yeah, if
That's
you're gonna
true.
play an older one, yeah, just power through it. My
you're gonna be
opinion,
bored.
because I do agree why this is in the list.
Yeah. What about you, Luca? What do you think of the Telltale games?
Yeah, I haven't played any of them, but I 100% agree. All the gameplay, it looks copy and paste from like each of their various series. Is that true? Or-
Pretty much. It could almost be like a cookie cutter layover. It really could, to be honest. Just simple things changed.
I guess in some aspects, like facial features and stuff like that, like some of the dudes look similar, but especially if they're themed, like Guardians or Batman, no.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I I
Wow.
agree with the article. I think the stories where these games shine because let me tell you, if it wasn't for the
Yeah.
story, no one would be interested in these games.
I wouldn't be powering through that bitch.
True. Interesting.
Now, Luca, would you play any? Like, do you think they're interesting enough? Like the Batman one, would you be interested in playing that?
I don't know. I was considering it.
But you love DC. What happened? What happened?
What do you mean? What happened? Of course, I love DC. What did you play Guardians? Is that coming out? Like, is that out
Yeah,
yet?
yeah, I bought
Yeah,
it.
too.
I bought it, but I haven't. Like I started the
You-
first
what?
episode, but
You haven't
I haven't.
started. Oh, but so you did the
Yeah.
Batman one, but not the Guardians?
I know.
Okay,
Aren't you-
anyways,
aren't you just a
moving
little
on
bit-
because this is going to turn into an argument about DC, and that is not what we are for. So we are now going to jump into some some tweets from you guys that you guys posted
yes.
on Twitter using
questions.
the hashtag #4GamingDen. So starting off the questions, I'm actually going to jump to this one quick because I'm pretty sure it's going to be short, but at least it was a good question. Scrotum says, "What is your favorite video game original soundtrack?" His is Final Fantasy X.
Oh, okay. Oh, well,
My
yeah. This is easy. Oh, do you want to go first?
go.
Halo. Halo is amazing. And yeah, I have Halo and I have Gears and I have some other ones as well. I can't even remember all of them. Anyway, but the one that stands out, the one that popped into my head instantly was Halo soundtrack.
Nice. Mine's Resident Evil 7.
Oh no, I've heard that.
I love
That's
that.
creepy.
I love that soundtrack.
Oh no.
I
I'm
figured.
gonna get nightmares.
What about you, Luca?
My favorite game soundtrack is from Bloodborne.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that game doesn't have a lot of music in it, except for the boss fights, and the boss fight music is always like bombastic. It's amazing. So that's my favorite soundtrack.
Very true.
Interesting word.
Yeah, it's bombastic. It's a new word, guys.
Right?
Hashtag bombastic. All right. You want?
But yes, there's a lot of. I just wanted to say there's a lot of great soundtracks out there. So obviously earlier we did mention Life is Strange. I just wanted to throw that out there. You know, just
That
save
was
my own
actually
ass.
the one that I figured you two would have said, but you didn't. So I'm like, all right.
We plot twist. All right. So the next question we have is actually from last week, and it's from Magic Mike. He's like, what game have you put the most hours into? And then there's like a second part to it where it says, and is it your favorite game of all time?
Oh god. Oh. Okay. So my game that I've put the most hours into is Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh, really?
That game took forever to
Interesting.
beat.
I thought you were gonna say COD or something. No lies.
Well, I didn't really count shooters because obviously those are like anyone can say that they put most of their time, because if that was the case it'd be actually Titanfall 1, but like shooters, obviously that's all you do is, you know, whenever you just want to go shoot someone you're gonna go jump into a shooter. So but I was more or less going into like actual games that you actually put time into, like complete, not more or less, because
Right.
technically everybody would almost be a shooter. If you play a shooter, then that would end up being the most
Not
game you put
Luca.
into. No, I
yes,
said
I
it,
got you.
like if you're into shooters, that would be.
No, I get it. No, I get it.
So mine would be Ori. That took me forever to beat.
That's dope.
Nice.
Mine would be Dark Souls 3, which none of you are surprised about, I'm sure. And
Nah, not even
is
the
it my
slightest.
favorite game of all time? No, Mass Effect 2 is.
Ooh, nice. What about you,
Oh,
Fox?
okay. Well, I don't know. Because you said like the whole shooter thing, and you do have a good point on that. Because I was gonna say either COD 4 or Destiny, actually. Those are the two games I played a lot,
Technically,
and I put a lot of
Destiny-
hours.
Technically, Destiny. Well, yeah. Then I guess in that case, mine would be Destiny. But I guess technically that one does count because the campaign is technically.
The kind of story, yeah, the kind
It
of.
is. Well, yeah. Well, their thoughts of what their campaign is. It's technically like their whole open world because there is a separate multiplayer shooter base. So, see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's two parts to that. So technically, Destiny can count. Which I think, yeah, if you play Destiny, then chances are that's your most.
All right,
game.
so since that's an if and a maybe, I'll throw in, and no shocker to anyone, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I've been playing that since I was little, so obviously that one has the most hours, and I still like randomly play it to this day. So don't hate on me because I'm being reals right now,
Oh,
okay?
hate's real.
So Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is my answer. I don't care. I'm a ride or die hoe.
Interesting. All right. So we got Crap Gamer says, what game on the Xbox One X do you think will have the best graphics this year? Oh, hello, Forza.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
Forza
that too.
Motorsport 7 is going to have outstanding graphics. And the reason I say that's going to be the number one game is only because all of its previous games that have come out have always been like the top-notch graphics to any of those like game releases of those years. Like they have always pushed it no matter what console they're on. So I'm going with Forza.
No, I completely agree. They have the most beautiful looking cars I've ever seen in any freaking racer ever.
And it's open world. So that's a lot of graphics to put in there.
Oh man. So yeah, I completely agree. Forza for sure. That's gonna be the cream of the crop.
What about you, Luca? What do you think?
Yeah, probably Forza or Battlefront 2. I think those will have the best graphics that we'll see.
Ooh.
Star
Wars.
I still think Star Wars is gonna have more of like a cartoonish look to them, like they do like their first one. It's nothing really against it, but it's because it's a multi-plat game.
Yeah, I get you.
So
Yeah, maybe.
where
It looks pretty good though, from what I've
Forza
seen.
is all focused directly on the Xbox One X
Realistic,
and PC. So
and it's realistic graphics.
that too, yeah, it's very realistic. Where Battlefront obviously doesn't have full realistic look to them. So
All right. So the next question is from Newf, from last week again. What game makes you rage? And have you ever broken anything from it? Interesting story. Interesting.
Luca, would you like to go first?
What game makes me Wolfenstein: The New Order irritates me so much. I am not good at shooters at all, and that game is hard for me. Like, I think it's harder than Dark Souls for me. So there have been so many times where I've just died because of something stupid, and I'm just like, like, I've been in party chats with people raging out about it, and I did end up throwing my controller a few months ago, so I would have to go with that one.
Oh, okay. Damn.
What about
That
you,
was
Fox?
recent too. I don't think I've done that recently. But from what I recall, Call of Duty series, I used to rage out a lot. I used to be so into it. COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2. Love and hate relationship with those two games. I've gotten frustrated in matches to the point where I have broken some Turtle Beach headset, actually.
Ha, nice.
So yeah, that happened. But I'm all calm and chill nowadays. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think this happened recently.
So
Yeah.
for me, for raging, well, I can say Mighty Number 9 is one of the biggest ones. Pyro still pisses me off till this day. Did I break anything? No, because I use Fluffy, and if I broke Fluffy, I would be pretty pissed. Or no, Echo.
Oh, I was gonna say your system, your whole system.
Yeah, I got names mixed up.
Okay. It's all
Xbox
good.
is Fluffy, Elite Controller is Echo. So if I
Right.
broke Echo, I'd be pretty mad. But recently raged, I rage quite a bit if I can't, if I just can't do something, I get really annoyed. Or in the Blind Forest,
wow.
when I was trying to go up, this water thing. You have to go up this one spot, and you have to beat the flood coming. That, oh my god, I got so pissed at. So pissed. But there's quite a few of them. If there's a jumping puzzle, if you just want to see me rage, just give me jumping puzzles, and trust me, I'll just rage regardless of the fact, and I'll get really pissed off because I hate jumping puzzles.
Oh no,
suck
I'm
at
having
jumping
flashbacks of the Destiny raid as we speak.
puzzles. Yeah, I had to have GKB get up and come friggin' half the time. If I can't do it, I end up having GKB come and do it for me because I will. I'll just get right pissed off and just be like, whatever, I'm done. I don't wanna do it
Wow.
no more. I hate friggin' jumping puzzles. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny. But either way, alright, so that's your tweets that we're gonna answer this week. We will jump to, if you did post any, they will be here and we will answer some of them next week. So don't worry. Yes, I got
Yes.
a little tongue tied there, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yes.
Other than that, guys, I just want to say thank you everybody for tuning in. And obviously enjoying today's episode with us. And I hope you guys enjoyed the great topics. Also, if you see the new layout, leave us a comment below if you guys like this overlay better or if you guys like the original overlay from the first couple of episodes. Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear if you like the simplicity or if you like the little more detailed. Other than that, I do have to say thank you everybody. I am your host, or one of your hosts, SheWulf. You can obviously catch me on Mixer from Monday to Thursday, where times do vary. I do also stream on Fridays at times, so make sure you guys look for all that nice, crazy stuff. And I'm going to turn it over first to our other host, Fox.
Oh. So yeah, thank you to everybody in the chat for hanging out with us. I always appreciate that. And everyone listening later, you guys are awesome. Leave us some great comments. And I do appreciate everyone who tweets at us questions or just gives feedback. So that's also very appreciated. Thank you all for doing that. And I just wanted to say thanks, Luca, for being our first guest. And it was awesome having you and talking about Life is Strange with you. That was pretty awesome. So yes, I just want to say thank you. If you want to say some stuff before I give out my info.
Oh, I just thank you both so much for having me on. I really, really appreciate it. And I have nothing but love and respect for the both of you. And I think what you two are doing is great. And I'm proud of both of you. And
Aw.
I'm proud of your show as well. So thank you so much for having me on.
Of
Oh,
course.
Lucas is our new #1 fan. Oh, sorry, Crappy. You've
Take
been
that
replaced.
crap.
You've been replaced, Crappy. But yeah, anywhere you want people to find you at.
Okay, so you guys can find me at the Ash and Luca on Twitter. I'll tweet out links to the other podcast that I'm on. And
Yeah,
yeah.
and then we could leave all the stuff in the description as well for you, no problem. Thank you guys for watching. Really appreciate it. You guys can find me on Twitter and on Gamers Knows Best, Console Corner podcast every Tuesday, I believe. So yeah,
Possibly
when we're
could be
on,
switched to Mondays.
yeah, it might be. We'll
Possibly.
see. Keep an eye on Twitter. We'll let you know. We will always inform you. So shout out to those guys on there. Love them all, my bros. And yeah, always love doing this show with SheWulf on Fridays. And thank you all for watching.
Of course. And like she said, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time for the Console Corner. Monday or Tuesday. We'll let you know. Either way, huge thank you to Luca for joining us. Of course, of course. It was kind of different. I'm used to doing our outros where it's like I'm reading it and then I'm like, wait a minute. I guess should have done guest first. But I was like, hey,
It's all good.
it's all good. It flowed. It worked. And you guys still got to hear from all three of us. Will you go away, dog? And
Oh, wow.
other than
And
that,
her dog made an appearance. This is
yeah,
officially
he's whining 'cause-
gaming then.
Well, I'm saying bye. He has this thing wherever I say bye, he has to like whine because it's like he thinks
like-
I'm going somewhere. So I have to like watch my wording. It's very annoying. Well, Fox, you've heard him before.
Yes, he's adorable. Can't wait to
He's
meet
a
him.
pain in my butt. But other than that, guys, thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And hey, have a great weekend. We are out.
Bye.